Games on Krack.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke
Yeah!
crack, don't you?
Games on Krack.
Yo. Somebody's knocking on the door. I don't know who that is. Miles, come get the door.
Yeah, we're starting an episode.
Oh, it's unlocked. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Yo, episode 17.
17.
Games on Krack.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, man. We in a new building. If you're watching,
Huh?
you see we are in the new.
You see the Baptist
forecast.
Church basement vibes, nigga? You see the
Forecast.
Baptist Church basement vibes, nigga?
Forecast Network home. You know, it's our first day in here, our first show.
That's why I bought chicken, because that's what they usually serve in the Baptist Church basement after service. So that's why I bought the chicken.
I thought you were being racist. All right, to my left, who
What
I
up,
got?
though, it's Finn and Finavision. You already know. I made this beat.
Yeah! And yo,
Hey, tell us. Shot.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Yeah. Check
Hey,
in with the
game
2K,
winning,
2K
game
people.
winning
Look,
block right
I'm
here,
not
man.
I'm not the one that's
Game winning block last night, man.
Sealed
hey,
it.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Sealed
Make some noise. Make some noise for yourself.
When you
I-
seal
Make
the
some noise for
game.
yourself, man.
Seal the game.
I went 8 for 9 on 3-pointers in the first half. It was, hey man, niggas was lunch out there, it's like
Oh, this nigga said 8 for this guy said 8 for 9.
You know what it is?
8 for 9.
yeah.
You know what it
Oh,
is?
okay.
Now I gotta do it in real life.
Yeah. Think Daddy Kobe. Yeah. Think Daddy Kobe. Yeah. Hey.
For real.
We gotta give you your flowers. We gotta give you your flowers. You ain't been here. We gotta give you your flowers, man. You ain't been here.
I wasn't even hip to what was about to happen.
We gotta give you your flowers,
I
nigga.
forgot
You ain't
about
been
that.
here. Well, the 2K community gets
I forgot
talked
about Chief
talked
Keef,
about
bro.
a lot here to Miles. So, you know, we gotta get, we know how hard y'all niggas be playing on that bitch.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie,
Y'all
niggas be intense
going,
on that bitch.
No, we here.
Yeah, man.
We here.
Yeah,
to-
we
we
talking
here to-
about developing a reality show around
around that shit.
all the events.
Yeah.
The 2K
Yeah,
community.
bro.
So we gotta give you your flowers while you here, my nigga.
I appreciate that.
All right,
man.
hey, you gave
What's
him
the deal
a
with
pretty
y'all
lit
niggas,
intro. I was
man?
gonna bring you in, sound guy. You wanna talk to the people?
Slapz in the building, man.
No.
You know what it is.
All
Right, I'm here. I ain't had no type of
That's
game-winning shot blocks. I ain't had none of that shit. None of that.
You get, hey, that was a.
But I made it to the max tier.
That was an even more lit
I made
intro.
it to the max tier, my nigga.
That was an even more lit intro than for your boy. This is our 1-year anniversary
Oh, wow.
show. Niggas ain't talking though. Hey!
It is.
Yeah,
it is, because our shit got,
listen to
our
these
shit
niggas.
got far. Our shit
He
got
just,
fucked up
hey,
last
this
last
nigga
week.
mixing in new
Our shit
songs
got-
for this nigga. You mixing in
Our
new
shit-
songs.
That shit was crazy.
Our shit,
You
yeah.
giving them drops.
Yeah, our shit, you know, our shit went a little,
Yo,
I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit.
Man, we here. 1 year anniversary, man.
yo, man. Yeah, last week was weird. Last week was tragic. It was tough.
We went into.
It was tough.
We went through quite a few emotions.
Yeah, that episode will be up by the time you hear this. It's not up right now because honestly, like this past week, with what happened, Kobe and Gianna, 7 other people, really tough news to kind of like digest like throughout the week. So I know that's been on my case. I know for you, it's tough. It's been tough for the basketball community. Like, you know, it is just sports. Just really tough, man. So, yeah. This past week, it was a lot of Kobe interviews getting watched. Like, I was just watching old Kobe interviews.
Bro, it was to the point, like, I'm just sitting here with, like, a box of tissue, like, just watching these shits crying. That's the point. That's the point I had got at with it. It was some rough watches. I did not watch T-Mac. Couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, I'm like, all right, we done. I need that shit, yo. That shit fucked me up way more than, well, obviously I wasn't thinking about Kobe like dying, but I don't know. I guess I ain't never thought about it, but I didn't think that shit was gonna have me the way it had me. Like, nigga, I was up to like 4 that night. Like, Chef came on, like, bro, you need to log off this shit and like go to bed. Quit looking at this shit, watching this shit, trying to understand why something like that would happen. It was a lot of different shit that we went through. I think we went through every emotion. We didn't want to accept it at first. It was fake news instantly.
This is why I still haven't listened to last week's episode. Like, it's very strange.
I left that shit in there just because if a nigga go back and watch, I want niggas to see kind of how people were when they heard the news. Because
I definitely
we went through every single, emotion. It was really fucked up.
Yeah. Cause my instant reaction, I just remember I was just like, nah. Especially because we was questioning, Baller Alert and I guess, I don't know if that was a reputable source, and then the TMZ report that came out before all the details were, correct or confirmed, I guess. And it was just tough, man, but what we do is continue to move forward. I know it's a cliche that a lot of people have put out there, but it is the realest thing. It's kind of like we got to kind of get back to it, get back to our routines and try to get better at our routine. But yeah, that was tough. That was really tough. Beyond that, how was everybody's weekend? Like,
I'll start off.
I've been kicking it with my son, and what I'm saying, pretty much that's pretty much it for real. I did like a little bit of video stuff yesterday, but yeah, it's been kind of cool. You know what I'm saying, just chilling with
chill weekend.
Homie.
Chill weekend.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, man, I'm glad to have y'all with me.
What the fuck?
Shout out
did you
to
do this weekend, nigga. What the fucking asking us what we did. What did you do? And I
Oh,
ain't even say what I
kinda-
did. Fuck you.
I thought you was just saying chill weekend. I thought you were kind of just
I was
confirming.
I was just
and
asking
just
for
being
him
like,
to chill.
okay.
Nah,
All
my
right,
nigga,
all right.
I
All
went
right,
to
let's
go.
rewind.
I
Let's
went to see
rewind.
Imani
Let's
Bates
rewind.
play Friday night, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
went
right,
to
talk
see
about
baby.
it.
I went to
Talk
see
about
baby
it.
KD in action, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah,
You talking about
Imani
Brandon
Bates.
Ingram?
No. I went to see Imani Bates.
Who is that?
That nigga is a top recruit for the 2022 class. I think he's number 1.
He from the city of Detroit.
He from Ipsy.
Oh, word. That's what's
So
up.
he played for
Actually, no, I
Ypsilanti
did hear.
Lincoln.
I heard about him. I ain't know he lived in Michigan.
He a sophomore. Me either. Until his Sports Illustrated cover, and then I'm like, oh, this nigga from Michigan. So I was sitting back. I'm like, this nigga super close. I probably should go see this.
That nigga was out here dunking on niggas.
He was dunking, shooting threes, saucing niggas up.
That's crazy.
He got that shit. I wanted to see that shit in person because you know, you hear about certain shit and then you never go like see it for yourself.
Right.
Before it's too late and he go to a college out of state and I can't see this nigga play until like he in the NBA. That nigga something special, nigga. That nigga cold. He packed out EMU Arena to the top. The line was like a Cedar Point line to get in. It was ESPN there. Niggas waiting.
They need to be
for him
paying
to come
these
out.
kids, man.
Why you call this nigga Baby KD, bro? This nigga can't be that yet, man.
Bro, he shows a lot of his
You gotta compare him to
play.
Saying
somebody.
it's already a Baby KD out there, man. You know what I'm saying?
In high
Who
school?
was Baby KD?
In high school?
Brandon Ingram is Baby KD.
Man, all right, relax.
Talking about in high school, bro.
What? I ain't calling no high school kid a baby nothing.
And
You
Brandon
gotta see
Ingram
this
just
nigga,
had,
bro.
like, this
Hey.
nigga just having his first
My
good
nigga.
season, and then you gonna call him Baby KD
My
after having
nigga.
his
Bro.
My nigga.
first good
People
season.
been calling
My
him
nigga.
that. Why you getting so mad?
My
Like,
nigga, the AAU circuit,
come on
the
now.
AAU
You
circuit
know-
is a tough circuit, and that nigga is
Oh,
dominating
I ain't
there.
trying to disrespect him, man. I'm just joking.
Nah,
bro.
fuck you, Imani Bates. You heard it from Finn.
Why I can't make jokes?
Sylvester wouldn't want you to, nigga. That's why. He don't like all that shit. All right. So either respect this kid.
Don't be
So either
xenophobic.
respect this kid.
Shout out to
or
Imani
not.
Bates. I'ma just shut the fuck
Nah,
up.
but that shit, that shit was definitely some shit to see from a sophomore. And he had scored his 1,000 point while we was there, so that was pretty dope.
That's fire.
Yeah, his
That's
1,000
fire.
point out of high school career. That's
Yeah, bro.
pretty fucking crazy.
Before niggas be on some shit. Oh, this nigga Finn was hating. No, I was just joking. Don't come at me about anything.
Well, that's what I did in some video gaming, man. You know. So, but that was the highlight. That was the highlight of the weekend. That shit was definitely dope. I'll definitely be back to see this nigga. He always play far as fuck. They rarely play home. So
If
next-
them niggas
next
play
time we
against
play home,
somebody like close, I'll roll with you.
you'll roll. They playing. They gonna be playing
I be trying to get into that. You know what I'm saying?
the
Them
high
young
school
niggas-
circuit. That shit hype.
Hey man.
They gonna play a team in Ann Arbor, March 3rd, and this
Oh, we
Ann
on
Arbor
that?
team is like undefeated. It's gonna be at EMU, so it's gonna be one of them big games. It should be a
Yeah,
good one. So
I'm
yeah,
out that way. You know what I'm
we'll,
saying?
yeah, we'll do that. We'll make it a bro day.
Hopefully this ain't no you just capping for the shit. But I know.
Nah, that
I'm
nigga
just
put up
playing, bro.
35-10.
He put up 35. No, I meant
Yeah.
I hope you ain't capping.
I'm going.
You gonna hit me up and let me know.
Oh no, I'm we don't even fuck with Kaepernick here.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's a Super Bowl Sunday. You can't fuck with Cap on Super Bowl Sunday.
We don't.
They gonna turn our TVs up. Nah, you ain't watching shit.
Well, I did nothing. I did a lot of. I'm trying to play the game, and people are interrupting me.
Man.
And yeah, that was my weekend. You ever have those times in which you don't know that people are coming over, and then people come over,
Oh
and
my god, that shit be like, yo.
so yeah,
fuck
had
are you
one of
doing
had
here?
one of those things happen this weekend. Wasn't in the best of moods. Would have got a lot more Dragon Ball Z played, but these things happen, and you know, I drank a couple of shots of tequila, so it wasn't a total loss. I guess.
Fucking alcohol. Tequila.
I was trying to get into my Dragon Ball Z bag, you know. But
By drinking tequila?
no, that was the hindrance.
Nasty Roshi.
Oh, man.
Nasty.
Nah, I understand.
Well, yo, shout out to everyone who is listening and viewing. We are over at Facebook, Games on Crack Facebook group. The YouTube, Games on Crack. Search in your search bar. We have new content coming very soon. GamesOnCrack.com will be available very soon. Still looking for Comic-Cons, and we've been finding a few. We are lining some things up.
Did I send you the Flint one?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
One in Flint. All right, bro. I'll let you.
But we are in the midst of setting up our schedule for this coming spring and summer. We definitely have plans to hit the road out of town. I ain't talking Ohio. I'm talking maybe Atlanta.
Everybody can't come up
Maybe a Baltimore, I don't know. Maybe a LA.
Nigga, we go to Baltimore. I ain't going to no cons.
Man,
You know what I'm there for. All right.
maybe a DC.
I'm looking for Tiana.
Hey.
Are you at your apartment?
Hey,
Are you at your apartment? Cause we here to con
Con Man.
you out of
Con
that.
Man 2020.
con you out of that ass.
Can you hear me?
Con you.
Can you hear me? Can you? Yeah, man. We are setting some things up. Thank you to all the listeners and viewers. Our viewership and listenership is climbing slowly but surely, and it's all thanks to you guys being consistent with us. And we plan to continue to take things into another gear for 2020.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
So, yeah, check us out on Anchor, www.anchor.fm/gamesonCrack. We are available on all digital streaming platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, whatever, all of those things. Just search Games on Crack on Google and you'll
Join the
find
Facebook
things.
group.
Yeah.
It's fun in there.
Yeah. Do a lot of shit talking and give you some news too, man. So we balance it out. But with all the pleasantries out the way, what are we playing? Here.
I mean, you already know what I'm playing. So
What you playing? What you playing?
I mean, I'm playing 2K. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know I'm the resident 2K nigga in this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, nigga.
Yeah, that
Putting on,
was a
okay,
strong
putting
shout
on
out.
for the team. Putting on for the team.
Strong shout out
Alright.
for a game.
And
That,
shout out to them niggas I
y'all
won
niggas-
with yesterday. I think it was who was on that bitch, man? Can I shout them niggas out? I ain't trying.
What you mean? Can you shout out? You acting like you
I was
ain't
on
no
that bitch-
call
I was
in.
on that bitch with I don't know that nigga name. LG, Steve, Bees. Not Bees. Bees was on the other team. Spooty was on that bitch. Who was the other bitch? Oh yeah, Reggie Cush. Reggie Cush was in that motherfucker. He was kind of
Fuck is Reggie Kush?
slasher. Yeah, I don't know.
Where y'all meet him
random.
at?
He's just a random nigga.
Oh, y'all just met him on 2K?
It was
Shout out to
somebody.
you,
It was
Rando.
somebody that was in the party already. They was like, "Shit, I got one," because we was looking for like it was like 2 a.m. and shit. So
Okay.
we was trying to just find niggas.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's what the whites were trying to do too.
He was on your load management shit.
Okay. I like that. They having a good time on there, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's kind of fun.
They having a good time on there, bro.
What y'all niggas playing?
I've been off Ultimate Alliance 3, unlocking like costumes and shit like that. So they got this shit. They got the Danger Room on there from X-Men, and the way it's set up, you could play against people online, or you could play against the computer. So you pick your 4 people, or if you play it online, it's you and 3 other people. They pick their character, and y'all niggas are trying to. It's three different stages, 3 different goals you got to do. Whether it be beat the most enemies, beat 200 people first, beat this boss first, whatever it is. But while you playing, they tell you a certain shit that y'all both have to do, like jump 20 times or use this attack 15 times or something. And if you do that, you can fuck up the other person's danger room with shit. Like send shit in that'll just fuck they whole shit up, freeze them, paralyze them, all that shit. I was playing against the computer. Playing online with niggas is way more fucking fun and competitive. And they give you more if you do that. So unlocking the costume.
Wait, so you be in you be in somebody else's like room?
You be in your own danger room, but if something come across the screen like, hey nigga, jump 20 times or whatever while you're fighting, like 200 motherfuckers at a time. The first nigga to be able to do that can put some sort of contraption in the other danger room to fuck them up. So like I could freeze these niggas for like 15 seconds to where them niggas start losing. And while you playing, you can see the bar on who getting there first. So that just adds to like oh shit, these niggas is coming back. Like we gotta get, you know what I'm saying, we gotta get busy and shit.
Right.
I hopped on the little Nintendo Switch online chat too. That shit was pretty fucking hype. Like I had my Bluetooth in and we was on there talking to each other. So that shit was pretty fucking fun. Way more fun than playing against the computer. So I was playing with some randos, but you know, that shit was hype. So I'm almost done unlocking shit. I should be done unlocking shit today, and then I'm gonna probably put that shit down.
Okay.
Cause there ain't gonna be nothing else left for me to do on there.
Okay. Well, sounds like you're getting the most bang out of your buck.
It was hype. It was way more hype than just constantly playing the computer.
You want to hear something crazy?
And
I
knowing
sold
you
Pokemon,
gone.
bro.
You saw it.
I sold it. I ain't want it no more, man.
Why not?
I was like,
I ain't beat it
hey,
yet.
man, I was playing that shit, and I was like, man, this shit the same exact shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't like none of the innovations. Like that max raid shit was like, man,
They can do more with that.
yeah. Like, and then probably a week after they announced the expansion, so I was like, damn. But I'm probably cop it again. But I'm like, I'm gonna have to hear like reviews on that shit.
The max raid shit, they could do something different on. I don't know what. Yeah. Yeah. They could do something. They could do something different with it.
It's like
It's straight the first few times.
Yeah, it's cool the first couple of times, but it's like it's basically just nigga, you throw like 3 or 4 attacks, and then that's the other part. Like yo, Pokemon level up quick as fuck, so it's like the battles is easy as hell.
If you max raid, you could level your niggas up like that.
I think I got through like 3 gyms, and I just didn't pick that bitch up again.
Did you play all the other Pokemon games before this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. That's why this shit was enjoyable for me. Huh? Take what? No, this shit staying here. Yeah. This shit staying here. We home, baby.
Well,
We home.
with us talking about Pokemon, I did want to shout out to Fly. He's not here.
Uh-oh.
Have to respect me, just don't disrespect me. I don't want no problems with nobody, and I don't have to fuck nobody up.
Calling in sick.
You're not cool to me. You're not tough to me.
Damn, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be 100, man. Y'all niggas better never fire me, man.
Well, you just got fired 3 times.
Yeah, you been
Oh, I done
fired.
got fired.
Yeah, if you don't show
I think niggas gonna fire
fired
me,
3
bro.
times.
Yeah, you come back though. You can. We always
rehire you.
the door's always
We'll
open.
never turn the pink slips in.
All right. We have conversations with HR. They say it's public shaming, so we have to hang on.
You might be able to sue us for this.
Oh shit. Games on crack. Yo, I tried to get back into Dragon Ball, and obviously from our weekend catch up, I wasn't able to do that. The plan is to continue this at a later date. But if we're off of the games we're playing, this is
That ain't, who is that?
I don't know.
Miles like just walked out. Is that Smoothie? Q?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh, dog. They trying to say you was a
Oh.
fool yesterday? Hey, it's all good.
All right.
Ready to bet.
All right.
Okay, Smoothie,
Smoothie
in the building. Why it look like you was down there? Looked like you was like a short nigga.
Yeah, I thought it was like a little.
And you know the real fucked up part, I ain't even a center for real.
No,
my nigga a 4.
His shadow was like down here. I thought some little
I was
kid
playing a 5
jacked you.
yesterday with a 4.
It's center at 83.
Facts. Hey, man.
2K, nigga.
Hey, my bad, man.
Joined it. We was trying to invite you
See what's
yesterday.
going on.
You always do.
You was on 2K Playground. This nigga
But with
I don't give
more-
a fuck about
more-
any of y'all niggas taking me off y'all friends list. Y'all just gonna let me keep it a buck with y'all niggas on
all right,
that.
fuck 2K. Hey, fuck 2K.
Y'all
Hey,
don't
fuck
play.
2K.
Y'all don't play shit.
I don't give
Y'all
a
don't
fuck
play
about
shit
2K,
with
bro.
me.
Hey.
This game's on crack.
No, you better not ever. We
Better
play the
not.
same shit.
Better not what?
Steve can delete me. We don't play the same thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm driving. Did you grab me a
No, I was already right here when you.
motherfucker?
Can I get like a little sip?
God damn it. Thirsty.
No,
All right.
the Deuce is in the rotation
I don't
now.
make it part of my Sunday routine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Make it like that.
Thank you.
Hey,
My bad. I ain't mean to
We get
bring
a
it
little
back to the
juice, though.
2K shit, man. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's go.
so Final Fantasy 7, bro. Final Fantasy 7 Remake trailer.
That shit.
Dog.
When we talk about some trailers, when we talk about anticipation, we talk about things that really get you going. It was this trailer, bro. Like I haven't really been hyped up by any trailer since I've seen like the first trailer from Final Fantasy 7 Remake. We got to see like a lot more footage, a lot more new footage. It seemed like they were staying kind of like close to the bombing mission for like the previous
Yeah, just keeping it there.
the previous I guess releases. But yeah, man, they showed Red 13 for the first time. I had that at the end, but I thought that was like the most significant thing because I just didn't know how they were going to incorporate him, because we know from the original game that when you encounter him in Midgard, it's for like a very short period of time where he's actually in your party.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
I'm glad we get to play with him a bit.
And I guess they probably they're probably switching some things around. It looks like they're changing around like the story in certain aspects. Of course, we've already seen with whatever those, I think the Forgotten is what they're called, like those ghosts or
I didn't know what they was
Spectre
called.
thing. I don't know. But in addition to that, I guess we're going to be encountering Sephiroth like in real life, like in the game.
Yeah.
It won't be like any weird flashbacks or you know what I'm saying, Cloud bugging out and shit. So I don't know, what was the first thing that stood out? I mean, they had cross-dressing Cloud, you know, that's
Who actually was a very ugly woman. So I really don't get why niggas was like on his head.
That trash bag ass dress.
On the classic. I'm like, nah, this nigga looks like Cloud right here.
It looked like they done switched up the scene a little bit. They got the Honeybee Manor looking like kind of like a
like
club,
the Playboy Mansion
or
in
some
that
shit.
bitch, boy.
Yeah.
Niggas was dancing. Looked like we might get a little dance routine in that bitch.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's gonna be a interesting little part of the game, like the original was.
Like I said, bro, 10 seconds in, when young Cloud, you know, with his man tail, was sitting there talking, I'm like, yeah, I was already just sold right there, just off of that. This shit just looks visually amazing. The music got me going because they was playing some of the classic music. Just sounded a bit different. Sounded like a new orchestra probably did it.
Yeah.
But
like
it still was enough. Yeah, it still was close enough to the original where I'm cool with it. They ain't gonna try to like remix it too crazy.
It's still Nobuyo Matsu doing it. So
Okay.
if anything, it's just gonna be like just remixes and I guess orchestrals. They probably just gonna flesh out some of the songs. Everything that I've been hearing, like orchestra
some
versions,
voices,
they've been
some
cold.
voices of niggas. Like I said, I didn't know what I wanted niggas to sound like ever. Like I had my shit in my head when I
That's
used
what
to
I'm
read
saying.
niggas shit, but
We have in our mind.
these niggas sound. I'm liking the voice acting
That
for niggas.
This nigga Barrett sound exactly how I thought he sounded like when I was a kid. That's the only
when I
person
first heard.
I used to read
Barry-
him like Mr. T.
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
That's how
well,
I used to
because
read
they
him.
basically gave him.
Yeah, Mr. T.
Yeah, they basically made him Mr. T. But yeah, when I first heard his voice, like I was shaky. But each trailer that's came out since then, like he sounded like. I was afraid he wouldn't have like no real range to the things that he was saying. Like it would just all be kind of like in that same like tone. You know what I'm saying?
You think he
like
gonna say
almost on
nigga?
some Mr. T.
You think he
type.
gonna say nigga this game or the next one?
Nah, we not.
He definitely not gonna say nigga.
Yo,
Not this
they better
game.
not
Not
have
next game,
Barry
probably.
Wallace out here
Next game.
dropping the ends.
We gotta go get this nigga. Here we go. There we go. As long as it's a black guy saying it, I'm all good with it. Go crazy.
Nah.
Hey, I call white people nigga.
Nah, look.
I'm that guy.
But who wrote the script? All right, look.
That's what we got to get down into.
right.
These Jehovah niggas are numbering this.
These Jehovah, these Jehovah niggas is tripping. Yeah, there we go. Let's
but
get into
yeah,
that bag.
Like it's pretty obvious they're switching things around. I think they showed the Choco Mog summon, which
that looks
looks
fire as
yeah,
fuck,
that shit looks
dog.
really dope.
Yo, it was too much shit. This shit gonna be amazing. I'm mad as fuck. Like we not
getting the
just
whole
30
thing.
days away.
I want the entire story.
Yeah, bro. That's it, man.
I want the entire
That
story.
shit about to be sweet as hell, man. I ain't
Hopefully
gonna
they
lie.
working on. Hopefully they just already working on like the next part of this shit.
Was this the one that did it for you? Because I know we
Yeah,
talked about it
yeah.
like
Thi-
previously, and
This
like,
is it.
This
you've
definitely-
been looking at it, but you wasn't like how I was per se. Like I
Nah,
was just,
because this was the shit that made me be like, all right, they literally remaking the old shit, like all the cut scenes and all that shit. That was the main thing that stuck out to me. It was like I was trying to see what, like I said, I was hoping that it won't just gonna be a like you just fighting through on some like Final Fantasy 15 like fight system type shit, but it ain't as many like actual cutscenes and shit. So to see all of the even like when they had like Hojo and Palmer and all them niggas, I was like, all right, this shit
so
gonna be
Scarlet.
This shit gonna be pretty crazy, and I can see that shit being like
Yo, did
the
Scarlet have her
mid-guard.
feet up on a nigga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gonna
Get
be-
into all them bags, nigga.
Yep.
I can see that, like, even though I do want it to, like, the whole game to come out, it was a 4-disc game, so, I mean, that shit probably is gonna end up being the length of, like, a regular length game now, so.
No, they said it should take you about, I think 30 to 40 on the main line.
And I'm interested to see, like, I hope they put out something as far as, like, what it looked like when you going through the slums and all that, like, when you actually walking through the city, because they ain't really showed that part. That's the only thing that I'm kind of waiting to see. But
They showed
as
some
far as,
clips
like,
of the
talking
Wall
to
Market.
NPCs.
They
Yeah,
show
and
Wall
shit.
Market when Cloud was in the dress or whatever, which was actually pretty significant because I don't think they had showed like any gameplay from within the city like that.
Yeah, niggas gonna be
just,
treating him like a bad
at least
bitch.
like people
Niggas
people
gonna be
walking
treating him
around
like a bad bitch.
yeah,
boy.
man. But yeah, I think this trailer was like the best trailer that's dropped so far.
And it made me feel like that shit actually coming out. Like, I feel like all these other trailers was kind of like, all right, it's cool, but like,
Really,
it's
you ain't
gonna
think
look
you was
like-
one of them? You ain't think this shit was coming out?
I mean, even when they was like, we got to delay that shit, I was surprised they didn't delay it longer.
Bro, once I saw like the deluxe edition and what shit comes with and shit like that, I'm like, all right, this shit probably coming out because they got to start making all this shit.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
they
like,
was trying to hold y'all niggas on y'all pre-orders.
hey,
and
saying if
shit.
you don't click the button, my nigga.
Right. I hope
like-
you check your email, nigga. Like,
Oh,
if not,
if I see email from Square Enix, I already know what the deal is.
yeah,
They've
man.
been
Something got
they've had
delayed.
good communication. Like even when they was kind of telling you when they gonna be taking the money, you know what I'm saying, how
that's
shit gonna
right.
go. It's been good communication on they part.
Cause most niggas they just be like, you got to find out on GameSpot or something. You just look on that bitch, they be like, yeah, this shit delayed. Like, nigga, I got a pre-order for this shit already.
Yeah, they sent an email right out, let us know what the deal was. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake is still, if we're doing power rankings of most anticipated games, it's still number
for me
one.
this year.
Followed by Cyberpunk for
Yep.
me. And We have to wait until September to play that. That's a game that I just feel like is just gonna keep getting delayed now.
I was happy that it got, because as soon as Final Fantasy got hit, I'm like, damn, bro, this shit right next to Cyberpunk. So I'm
let's just talk.
that shit got pushed back.
Let's talk about all the delays that there have been. There's been a number of games like recently pushed back, and not even recently. Like, I feel like a lot of 2019 was full of delays and pushbacks. Marvel's Avengers game, which I don't know if y'all have been hyped at all for this game. I haven't. It's looked really weird to me. Like, the gameplay has looked I don't know.
So delay that shit till y'all get your shit together.
Yeah, and I don't know if this speaks to maybe game developers needing to go in a different way about announcing games. I don't know if that's just like an old relic of the gaming industry from back in the day, where we're just gonna announce this game, and whenever we get it to y'all, we get it to you, and in the meantime we'll keep pushing games back, because this used to be, I think a lot of gamers of a certain age, our ages, like, we've been around where Rare would push back like games, like I think Conquer was a big one, like, that just comes to the top of my mind. Like, Conquer was supposed to be like a normal, almost like Banjo-Kazooie type game. I think they revamped that whole thing into like the Conker's Bad Fur Day. But I know that game itself, I think it went through like years of being delayed. I think there's been all types of games, like big franchises, like throughout history, like have went through delays. If we could look at Metroid Prime 4 as an example, like right now,
them niggas started that whole shit over. Like, they was like, man, this shit ain't it.
We talked about Final Fantasy 15, which started as Final Fantasy Versus 13, back when they had the Final Fantasy 13 Chronicle thing that they were doing, where they was packaging all of these different stories were going to be in the different games and things. So you had what turned out to be Final Fantasy 15 start as Final Fantasy 13, and that was what, like 2012, 2013, something like that. I don't even know if that's when it was announced, but this has been a constant theme within gaming. Cyberpunk, we mentioned, was moving on until September. Dying Light 2 is
I forgot that got pushed back.
That's not even just pushed back, it's like indefinitely on hold.
Why?
I have a theory, but I wanted to mention The Last of Us 2 being pushed back as well. Like, that game, if I'm not mistaken, was supposed to be coming out this month, and I'm not quite sure when it's coming out now.
Damn, dude.
But Watch Dogs Legion,
that's pushed back too.
that got pushed back early 2019.
Oh man.
And that's,
I feel like that shit getting better though, because I mean, I feel like back in the day, like, eventually they just be like, all right, we ain't putting this shit out no more.
no,
Like, I think most of the games that get delayed now, they usually at least come out like in a decent amount. Like, I feel like they getting closer. Like, the window in which, like, when they announce something, it's starting to be, you know what I'm saying? It be some niggas that, like, with Fallout, where they announced it when they already had the game done, and they just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, have time to market it. But it still be, like, even for the companies that announce it early, it seemed like they do a little bit better. But that shit do be kind of annoying when you gotta. I don't know. I guess I don't really be tripping as much now, like, when they delay it, because it usually only be a few months. Like, it don't be like. I feel like we used to have to wait way longer. Like, if they delayed some shit like for PlayStation 3 or like 360 or something, we fuck around and be waiting like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying?
I don't necessarily. I don't know. I think the perspective has a lot to do with like how you may look at the delays. I don't really mind them as much now, just because there's a lot of games out there. Back in the day, you didn't have like Xbox Live where you had like accumulated like a bunch of free games, or like I have hundreds of games that I just haven't played yet and I would like to get to play. That wasn't necessarily the case back in the day where you know, you might be waiting for like Metal Gear and that's like the game of the summer or something like that, and you don't get it. Or I won't say summer because summer is usually terrible for games, but you know what I'm saying, like whatever.
Yeah, it is.
It used to be. Yeah, it used to be back in the day. Like we was only waiting for like a certain amount of games. So these delays now, where it's like everything's getting delayed and shit that was delayed for the time is coming out when other games are being delayed. Like, so it's like this constant
It's
cycle
a stream of games
of,
coming in.
yeah, like
regardless.
it's constant cycle of games. It's never going to be like back in the day where these delays were really breaking our hearts like that. I feel like because we're just in an era where games are so accessible, and like not just like trash games like back in the day. Like it's like really good
we
games.
all got an ice box where our heart used to be.
All right, bro. Don't
So-
ever disrespect
So
Omar.
we don't. So we don't.
speaking his
We don't
lyrics.
give a
man.
fuck about none of that no more.
Hey,
Yeah.
talk to these kings.
Yeah.
Talk to these kings, bro. But okay. The delays are one thing, but if we get deeper into, I guess, the weeds with that, we are at the end of another hardware cycle, generation.
So you think that got a bit to do with it?
I always think that has
Just-
something to do
yeah,
with
the-
it. Like
I mean,
when,
the focus
when
gotta-
it's, when it's late.
Because your focus gotta be
Y'all
shifting.
saying y'all saying the delays have?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Not completely why, but it gotta be part
No,
of it because
I'm
your
saying-
focus gotta start shifting. Because
No, it's not even that.
you
It's
know what I
it's
mean?
not even that.
Yeah.
We're in the most unique time for games that we've been in ever. Because right now, there are people working on games which they have dev kits for next generation hardware that these publishers or a Microsoft or a Sony is going to have expectations already in place that you make these games that you're creating right now forward compatible. And as a game developer, you want to work on, I would think, like the best specs and optimize the most. Any generation prior to, you're kind of, I guess, the easy term to use would be like, I guess, adjusting the sliders. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we trying to get 4K 60 on the Series X or the PlayStation 5, that's not going to be capable on like the 1X or whatever Series S that is rumored. You kind of have to think about what your game is going to look on next generation tech. And with Cyberpunk, it's not even fiscally responsible to be putting out a game this late in the generation and not try to get your money back again on the next generation. And you can kind of look at Grand Theft Auto 5 as like the example for that. Whereas, you know, we had the 360 versions, but we all copped the Xbox One versions. And the differences between the two are, especially now if you look at it, are very significant. So as a game developer, I feel like that does present issues in just the game development cycle. And for when you have, if I know that I have aspirations to get the game to this level, are you really going to sell yourself short by trying to complete it singularly for this current gen, which is over? and we got to look at the hardware as well. This is old tech at this point. It's 7 years old. It's just I feel like a unique situation like right now. And even look at a game like Watch Dogs Legion, where just the idea is that you can play as any NPC. That just seems like, yo, I don't know if this is going to work, like just from a logistic standpoint on
it really
this
comes
tech like right now.
It come across as like a superficial type, like, because it ain't been no ramp up to it. Like, it just, I don't know how you go from you control one person to all of a sudden you can control any nigga that you see in the game with it,
and then like
still have like a variety and not get old after however many hours and shit. So,
and then they were saying like the real world was reacting to specific NPCs like that would die. Like, it just seemed like a huge thing. Not to say that it's impossible to do, but just like we've seen things like the Nemesis system, you know what I'm saying, like on Mordor, where it's seems like something complex that I think because Mordor came out on, didn't it come out on the 360?
Nah.
There was like two versions. There's two versions.
Shadow of Mordor came out for Xbox One.
Which Mordor? There's a Mordor that came out.
That's the only one I know of.
yeah, it was just that one in Shadow of War.
Because something got taken out of one opposed to another. And I was just saying that to say I ain't got no internet, so I can't look it up. But I think it was a similar thing that happened with like a Tomb Raider. But basically, games that shift generationally back in the day, when there was supposed to be a game that was going to come out for the 360 and one to come out for the Xbox One, and they were like the same game, it would be two different development teams working on those games. Like, this is supposed to be a more streamlined process this time. So I understand like games being pushed back, and you know, I can only hope that with this you know, backward and forward capability, compatibility capabilities, that will just, I guess, enhance these games that will be coming out towards the end, for at least to provide the option of new games to have for new console adopters.
Like, I guess I think that'll probably be the case, just because they got where you like basically game development, it seemed like it's going more in the direction where they develop it for PC and then they port it over to like the other systems. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it'll just be easier to make it available to as many people as possible, especially because that's something that the console, I feel like that's the main thing that they needed, was people that are making the consoles to be like, okay, we embrace like people being able to play backwards compatibility. Because I don't think that it was always necessarily a thing of like, we had like they might have had the means to make a game for multiple platforms, but back in the day, Microsoft might have been like, well, nah, we want you to make something that's going to be specifically for this system so that we can sell this system. And now I think they kind of like, we just want people to be in the ecosystem. So as long as they have a Xbox, then that's fine. So they don't really, I don't think that that's something that they necessarily going to have like a strict requirement for it. So I definitely see it being easier to do, like as far as like making it available on multiple platforms.
No, Microsoft is already committed to saying like, well, beyond them not having any Xbox Series X console exclusives for that first year of the console, they have basically committed to not leaving behind previous, you know, generations. And I think it works out good for everybody, because you will have, like I said, early adopters of the Xbox Series X, particularly, who usually I mean, it's already a lot to purchase a console because you're thinking about like, especially if you live with somebody, then you're getting another controller. If you want to play with somebody, you're getting another controller. Even though it's not as prevalent now because of the lack of couch co-op, but you got to think about the controller and then maybe a few games, and you think about maybe if you don't have a membership, paying for a membership. So it's a lot as far as budgeting for a next generation system. And I think it's cool for Microsoft to be like, yo, at least you won't have to buy any games. Like if you have games already, like if you got games already in the library, then like you on deck. Like, and that's, I think, going to help them in the long run. I'm not sure if it's going to help them sell many Series X's out the gate, but I feel like it's a very good move. Hello.
Hey.
I mean, I think in the long term it'll probably be good because even the people that can't afford like the Series X, they'll get, you know what I'm saying, a lower level Xbox, and then maybe they eventually upgrade, or, you know what I'm saying. I think that's what they hoping for anyway.
I hope they do some type of upgrade program anyway, nigga. Like
Xbox already has like some
you know what I'm saying?
thing that they doing,
Like
where,
some trading and shit.
Yeah, but they doing. I don't know why. Okay, from what I've seen, it was an option available in which you gotta pass like a credit check and like an income check, and all this, like, it's damn near like getting a credit card. Like
They had that for They had that for the 1X, didn't they?
Man,
They had
I
nice.
think they might.
It was
But
a nice little.
I feel like that shit is like you locking people out. Like once you start doing that shit,
doing that
with
type of shit.
gamers.
You are.
I ain't trying to finance no fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
game
Like that's not helping. Like I feel like that's kind of it's kind of predatory. Because
Depending.
I mean,
if
it
they,
is,
if they
but-
did it like just
No,
income,
because that's what I'm saying, like,
wise,
yeah,
cool.
if it was strictly on your income or whatever, then fine. But niggas be knowing like people credit fucked up like right now.
Yeah.
It's just these are
What, you gonna
facts.
repo my Xbox, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
They
Like
not.
they will. They'll send somebody.
Right. They gonna
They
brick
send-
that bitch. They
they
gonna make
send-
it not work.
Facts.
Bitch can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, or they'll stop you from being able to access your shit on the cloud.
Your account does not work on this system anymore.
Motherfucker.
You owe us $300.
That's why I tell I mean, we be safe with the gaming like right now, but you know, the further we get into the future, the farther we go, it's gonna be more and more danger. As far as like, I just feel like people kind of
Being able to control your shit. Yeah.
just
I mean, that's what that's what the world coming to. So
Yeah, I was about to say that's just everything.
so
Just gotta make sure we living by their rules.
buy physical media, people. Just have physical.
Man, they
some-
trying to make
some
that
for-
shit.
That
tryna
shit
make
gonna
that
be
shit,
obsolete eventually.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna be no physical media soon.
it
Yeah,
barely
that's what
is.
I'm saying,
now.
but like, nigga, if you got a VCR, you still got a VCR. If you got tapes, you still got tapes.
Oh,
Shit,
bitches,
that's
them
what-
bitches don't
That's what
work.
I'm saying.
Bitches
Nah,
ain't
them
gonna
bitches-
work right now.
if you taking care, especially like if you talking about like an old DVD, like that's why I keep all my old DVDs. I'll never like just like sell all of them. Like there be certain shits where I just got them boys just in case, like, you know, when digital shit is fucked up.
You can show
You always
D-
gonna
you
have
can show
something.
DJ. Like, look at what the
Yeah,
fuck
look
we
at
used.
this.
Look at what the fuck we used to be
fuck
on,
is
nigga.
this?
What the fuck is that, bro?
What are you doing? I'm putting in the disc. Like, what you mean?
What the fuck you doing that
Putting
for?
it in
That seemed
what?
like some extra. That seemed like
What
an
is a
extra
disc?
step, nigga.
Fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
it seemed like
Download
some
it.
extra shit. VCR. Nigga gonna try to listen to this and go plug his VCR in. That bitch gonna melt. That bitch gonna melt, nigga. Y'all niggas tripping. It's
that
gonna be-
game's on crack.
Hey,
This nigga Krack said my VCR tapes
the
is still
electric
gonna
socket
work, bro.
just gonna be too much for that little ass VCR. That shit's gonna fuck up. I'm like, damn. Nigga be trying to play that orange Rugrats tape. That shit about to fuck up, dog.
Ain't you had that shit?
Yeah.
I had the orange Rugrats tape for sure.
Yeah.
That was my shit. That was my shit.
But okay.
That was my shit.
The orange tape, like the purple tape. All right. Yo. While we talking next gen, and next gen dilemmas, I kind of wanted to talk about like just graphics and where we are in 2020 with graphics and resolution. And is it important? I think is the first thing I guess I would ask.
Yes.
Like in I guess in your power rankings of what's important in a game, how important are graphics?
Are we counting graphics as far as like how real it looks, or
No,
just visually?
Just visual.
I think
how
that,
things look.
Yeah, I think that ties into it because a lot of the big reason I even wanted to play Cuphead before I even knew the gameplay was because of the graphics. Because I had never seen a game.
But that's
kinda
more
look like
art
that.
style.
All right, so that's what I was getting at.
Okay.
So if we're
I
talking,
mean-
I think
I mean-
art style is more important than this shit actually looking
Than
like
graphics, okay.
real ass people. Everything
Yeah.
doesn't have to look like that. Some games I do want to have a specific, art style, like a Guacamelee. I love the way that looked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Mega Man looking real.
Yeah.
I mean,
You feel me?
Really, like Nintendo is the best case for that because like all of their games for Switch look really good. You know what I'm saying? Like Breath of the Wild, I ain't ever played it on like a TV.
That shit look great on the TV. Nigga.
Yeah, like
And it ain't about it looking.
yeah,
real.
it ain't
But yes.
like the texture. It ain't like the resolution because the resolution ain't really that great on the Switch. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you said, the art style in which like niggas design the game.
I think art style is gonna be way more important to
But
me.
that's why I feel like it ain't really about graphics as much as like computing power for like, you know what I'm saying, making the gameplay like even with the graphics and shit, if you gonna like up the graphics, it should be something that service the game. Like if you think about like Splinter Cell when they first started like having the technology to do like soft cloth and shadows and shit, like that was all shit that you was able to actually interact with and it was part of the game.
Yeah, niggas used to make a real big deal about the shadows. Like I remember,
Dog,
like the shadows.
I
they
just
used to talk about it like in gaming media, like so much. I'm like, oh, just amazing lighting is never
Do you
been
remember-
seen in gaming.
Certain games I want to look like, I want to have that cinematic feel to it to where it looks real. So like, yes, Fallen Order, I love the graphics on that. I want that to look like that. I wouldn't want that to look any kind of way. Or if you talk
It's
about
more
like
the
Mortal
hype
Kombat
beast
where
and,
you
like,
seeing,
okay.
where it's like violence, like that
It's-
shit look dope to me. Like
It's
on
more
Mortal
so
Kombat
about
and that shit.
all right.
But
A lot of people talk about like trying to get 4K 60. All right. If there's a difference between like checkerboard 4K and like native 4K. A lot of people don't like really understand or like get that. But you'll see people talk about like what I guess visually looks better. I think we're in a generation where that can kind of get thrown out of the window. Like I feel like if your game doesn't have any like visual aspect that captures people, then you just kind of SOL anyway, like right now. But I feel like the technology where it is right now, the hardware, the specs, like you should be able to have something that looks nice and runs smoothly. I think that's all I care about like right now. It's like if the game runs well, and that's why I'm looking forward to this next generation, because telling me that loading screens will go away is like the that shit shouldn't make me as happy as it does. But when you gamers and you know how many loading screens that you sit through, especially like, bro, play Fallout like just for like 3 hours. Like, you're not going to get 3 hours of Fallout out of that time. And when gamers are always in this constant battle, especially adult gamers like us who have like family lives, when we're always trying to grasp that time, the idea that I don't have to wait for anything is just very appealing. With us not having to wait for loading times, draw distances increasing, like where you don't have pop in, like just things that make the game more immersive, where you don't have maybe like these weird, I look forward to maybe next generation, a lot of these things that we've just been used to, like starting to break down. Like, just, I look for the next generation to push like gaming in ways in which they offer different ways for you to complete the game. I think catering towards gameplay style is more important than, I guess, the, like, if we get an 8K or whatever. Like, I don't really, I think picture is like at a good enough, you know, good enough space right now. Like, when I look at my 4K shit, like, I'm satisfied.
For some reason, I think a lot of gamers probably care more about like the art style and shit we care about than graphics.
But you see it talked about. And I brought it up just because I seen
that should be sounding cool to talk about.
Yeah, I seen
like
this article
on that stage, you know, letting niggas know that you got shit looking like that.
For certain games, it do like help, because I mean, for the biggest games like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, 2K, shit like that, like you kind of want to have
you want
better
that shit.
graphics and shit, but for the general, like,
I want to see the sweat coming off your forehead.
How do you think 2K's graphics are?
Me personally,
I think Lives is better.
I think 2K got really good graphics. It's just we didn't seen them for so long that people like kind of get used to.
You think
like,
it's animation? Like, you feel like it's still it looks. Is it discernible difference between like 2K15 and like 2K20? Like with like just how players move?
I mean, that's kind of tough. Like, well,
how they look.
I didn't play 15. I didn't play.
I just mean like just
to me
2K20 ain't different from like 2K19.
That's a fact. But that's what I mean. Like, I feel like the fact that they able to even do that shit kind of is just crazy to me, because it's like you got all of these people that look exactly how they supposed to. Like I don't. Me trying to wrap my mind around like how you program a game like that is kind of like crazy, because you can literally simulate like you playing a real game of basketball. Most of the shit that you gonna do like in a game, you can do that shit on the game. Like, I don't really see I don't see a lot of games like that. You don't see like it's 450 players in the NBA and they got rendered like highly detailed renders for all of them niggas, and it's a crowd of people, is lighting effects and shit on the court. Like, I feel like they didn't kind of maximize like what they can do with it, but it's still like, you know what I'm saying, that shit look crispy to me. I don't know.
I only ask that because like if there's been, I don't know, like if there aren't big differences from the year to year, there's going to come a point in time where you just like, okay, these are okay. Like, they're going to go from looking amazing this year to like, all right, those are pretty good, and then it's going to go to all right, straight.
Well, no, I think like for the next, like when they upgrade, the thing that they've been talking about as far as like what they looking to upgrade for the next generation of like 2K games is the lighting system. Because if you ask a lot of people, like at least when I go online and shit like that, a lot of people be like 2K13 is the best looking 2K that ever came out, and it's because they got a certain, like, it's a lighting system that they used on that particular game that they never used again because it took up a lot of like computing power and shit. So when you able to have the lighting in combination with the player models and all that shit, then it's gonna probably start looking like, you know what I'm saying? Because people already be talking about like it. I'm pretty sure you done had even where you might have had 2K running in the background, like the demo game might be playing or something, and somebody be like, "Oh damn, I thought that was a real game going." You know what I'm saying? So like,
You can say that.
I think that's really a accomplishment in itself. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
For all I know, these.
Do you think Live's graphics is better?
Nah,
You don't think so?
I don't really like they. Yeah, I don't really like they graphics like that. Like it, like they be I think they be having some really good looking stuff in the game, but then they have like some really awful looking like player models, animation, shit like that. So
I ain't seen the animation.
yeah,
I actually ain't like played Live. I'm just going off of like a little bit of gameplay I done seen. That should be looking nice, but
They be able to make. They be able to like stage that. Like when you see the trailers for
Clips.
Live and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
it's always gonna look like they gonna have it looking crispy and shit, but it don't look as good like running in motion.
Right.
But that's a sports game thing, period. Where it's always gonna look better when you see the trailers or like
yeah, everybody
know.
moving slow.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking forward more to other features. Like I'm kind of off of like the graphics used to matter when we were going from 8 to 16 bit, 16 to 32, 32, 64, and like so on. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's when we were still in kind of like baby. That people don't look at how old like the gaming industry is. Like it's still like a relatively new thing. It's like damn near like hip hop in the sense like where the business of it, just a lot of things that have been kind of etched into or embedded into both of these mediums have been there from the beginning. I feel like we're in a position, or you know, game developers and publishers are in a position to push things forward in different ways, and a lot of this computing power I feel like can, you know, lead to some of that. So hopefully, you know,
I would like to just see niggas making smarter decisions like in game, like the AI taking a jump. That's the main thing I'm looking forward to, like for the next generation is.
yeah, but
Hopefully,
that's another thing that comes with computing power too. And I guess from what I heard, ray tracing may play like a role in developing the AI as well for certain games. I wanted to, you know, we talked about data miners and like hackers and people getting information early. I saw a story that you posted in the Games on Krack Facebook group
About the Nintendo bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, a hacker,
He turned himself in, I believe.
he had to.
Yeah.
You know, them Nintendo shooters, like for real. And I think with Nintendo, because you posted another story about Xbox, like saying like we'll pay you $20,000 if you can hack
if you come and try to hack our shit. Yeah. Yeah, this nigga could have been doing.
All right, first off, let's start there. Like, do you feel like there's a
Apple did the same thing.
I was about to say a lot of companies are starting to
doing
do
that.
that.
yeah? I'm saying, do you feel as though Nintendo is once again kind of missing the boat
On doing shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it seemed like you would be able to use this nigga instead of trying to put him in jail for 3 years.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like how they be trying to sue the homebrew community. They be trying to shut these niggas down and shit. Like, niggas be making, like, it don't even just be the emulator. Like, sometimes on, like, not even necessarily a Switch, they might make a set of games, like, it's easy to program for, like, a GameCube or something. So, they might make a game. Nintendo will be on some shit, like, they try and send, like, cease and desist or, like, make niggas shut down the development and shit like that. So, it's
instead of, like, trying to get these niggas onto the team, it's like crazy. Like, just for example, y'all know the dudes who, like, you know, hacked into the system and put the porn up on the billboard or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, yo, when they find these niggas, somebody might want to get these niggas a job, cause it wasn't them going in and just like putting in a flick. Right. It was them going in, hacking, and then like doing that shit. I think niggas like that are intelligent and know how to do stuff. I think they could be used for companies, like, and
they obviously know like an exploit.
Right, exactly.
I mean, the only
so
thing that
I think, you know, y'all, yeah, I think they could use him.
The only thing that I would say about that though is that most of the time hackers are like, it's like a
game to them.
Yeah, like it's like if they was to get hired by that company, they probably just start hacking something else.
Like, damn, we let the roach in, and now this motherfucker got all the roaches in this bitch.
It's like niggas do the hacking shit for the love of like being able to hack shit, just to prove like, nigga, that I can hack it. You know what I'm saying? When it's shit like that, it's like, that's my only like concern. I don't think niggas be doing it on some like, I'm trying to show niggas I'm like good with technology, or, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know they don't
like
be
that.
trying
they
to
don't
do
be
that.
trying, but it's a way to like, all right, let's get this motherfucker under our wing, sign some NDAs and shit, because like you say, like, he wouldn't be able to do that shit like legally. There would
like
be
the
ramifications,
like the government do with criminals.
Like, because if you hire somebody in, like, you have to sign paperwork and say like you're not gonna do certain things. Like, as a hacker just out here, you haven't signed anything. You don't have any like loyalty to any company or anything. And it's a way for, I don't know what this hacker might have been doing. Like, you might have a job, might not have a job. But I know, like, if somebody was like, yo, I got like a little 20K bag for you, and maybe like you can put you on staff, like put you on staff and show us like what is the exploit and why was it so easy for you to get in our system?
Give you the employee of the month parking spot, nigga.
Yeah, take it to another level. Take it to another level.
You get first in line at the food trucks that we got outside out here. Huh? Silicon Valley, motherfucker.
Boy,
let you take a nap.
You know what's going on?
Nigga take a nap in the Google nap pods, nigga.
Yeah, put you in that
the niggas got nap pods
hyperbolic
for real.
time chamber.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they don't be wanting niggas to leave.
Yeah, I feel it.
Do y'all think that? Look, real quick.
We can talk some more Google.
Real quick. Is that weird to y'all that companies like Facebook, also Nisha tell me that United Shore do this type of shit, Google, Netflix, they don't want you to leave, so they give you so many amenities to where you don't have to go home. So like at United Shore, just because that's what I'm more familiar with, since Nisha worked there, they have doctors there for you. Like, I'm talking like urgent care, or you can stay there. Doctors.
I can't even trust no doctor for no job, bro.
But
like,
they hire them in from actual, like, it's contracted through like an actual hospital. It's just so that you don't have to go anywhere.
Oh no, I feel you.
So that they
so they just be third party in that. That's kind of crazy.
Cleaners is there. USPS mail is there, and I think they got a UPS office in there. Fitness centers, showers, tubs, just whatever, game rooms, napping areas.
About fucking time. Like, these
well, it's just like they don't want niggas to leave.
I don't really like that shit.
I'm saying,
ain't
like,
that shit kind of weird?
It's
like,
cool
it's
that
dope,
they got
but it
amenities,
seems weird. Like,
what's
you don't
weird
want me to
about,
get out of
like,
here.
I think
like, stay here.
That's a weird. Why would you go straight to like, you don't want me to leave? Like, when you're just giving, like, that's how not used to having shit we are, like, when we go to our job. Like, we expect like our jobs to not have shit there.
Okay, so like this nigga wanted to just get out, all right, to just get some fresh air and go drive, listen to the radio, and go to the mailbox. This nigga supervisor like, yo, we got the mail here. Why you gonna leave out of here? Just go do the mail here. And come
See,
back
and
and do more
that's
work,
another-
motherfucker.
no,
it's
that-
that type of shit that they're driving. Really, the nigga.
I'm
from,
saying like if somebody say that, okay,
the nigga from Facebook lived there for a year,
I'm
like
saying
in there.
yeah. I'm just saying
he
like
ain't go home.
because if we're all niggas already do that. That's what I'm saying. Like niggas will already be off your shoulder. Like, hey, I need more of this, or hey, this need to get done. Like these are already things that niggas is dealing with at the job. All I feel like is doing is providing something that niggas just don't have like normally. Like coming from like working a job where I've been in a cubicle like from the beginning, and
That shit trash.
yeah, and
It's
with
trash.
nothing
Don't-
there, like with nothing there. So I'm just from that perspective, like, yeah, I would love to have like a nap pod or like cleaners and shit like that. Like that's just it's an option. It's not because at the
Yeah,
end of the
nap
day,
here.
I'm never
Don't
going
go take a nap in your car. Nap here, nigga.
I would rather
that's
do
my
that though.
problem,
Like
'cause
if they got like
They
some
don't want you to
mattresses and
leave.
shit,
That's
like
kinda-
nigga, I ain't trying to sit my shit back and
They
be
don't
in my
want you to
car because that's
leave,
what I
right?
do, nigga.
That's what
Stay
I'm-
here.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Twilight
that's kinda,
zone for this nigga. This guy will
Go
be trapped
wake up
at work.
in another universe,
His
nigga.
ass gonna be trapped at work.
Be
Take
in-
a nap. He ain't
be in
never
a sunken
leaving.
place, nigga. What the fuck is going
But that-
on
Got
here?
you an animatronic DJ and Ari there. Don't go to your kids. We got kids for you here.
That, I mean,
nigga.
that's what I mean though. It's like if you was to like a lot of the time in any workplace that I've been in, a lot of the time when they introduce some shit at first, it'd be like, hey, if you want to take advantage of this shit, like cool, you know what I'm saying? We have it here for you. But then it start being a more like it start being more suggested.
I'm saying
and
this is a
more-
hypothetical thing that I'm saying like the act. I'm talking about the act of bringing in like new shit that you can use that make your experience there better.
I mean, when Quicken Loans had like that was the first company that was really doing that shit. As far as I know, they was having like the arcade machines and food and all that shit, and ain't nobody really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think niggas really had a problem with it, but I think when you start having like nap pods and fucking like shit that's gonna
why,
take like
I
a
don't
chunk
want
out of
I'm
your.
not
Leave.
understand. How is that going to take? How is a nap pod going to take a chunk out of? Like,
I'm saying a chunk of time. Like, all right.
I want to take a nap anyway. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
So
I
they
don't
gonna let
understand.
you
Take
just
a
go
nap
and sleep
inside
during
here.
the
Yeah,
during
take a
the
nap in here.
work time? That's what I'm
If-
saying.
that's what I'm
I don't
saying.
think that they made it with the intention of, hey, you could take a nap in the nap pod while you on clock.
I don't think. Yeah, it's a. I
Like,
think
it's
they
for
just
when
like
you-
let's
This
leave
is-
you. Let's
Like
get
they
you
be on
here.
some like, nigga, we about to
I'm
work
saying-
you for 12 hours and nigga, you need some sleep.
We don't
So
want you
fuck
get-
it, we
we
gonna
don't
let
want
you
you
This
sit
getting
is
here.
caught in
this is just
traffic.
like stuff
We don't want
y'all
you getting
coming
caught
up
in
with.
traffic,
Like this
nigga.
is that's what I'm saying. Like we all just
That's
coming
not a-
up with this shit on the spot.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
saying,
bro.
like, they
I'm
be
telling
had-
you.
Ain't nobody
That's
saying
the
like
shit.
this.
We got
Hey,
cleaned.
man.
Hey, we don't want you to leave out and get no sunlight, nigga. Everything you need is in
Right.
this.
Don't
bitch.
feel like you gotta leave
Yeah.
out this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause you ain't got to.
Yeah, right. We got
That's
everything
what.
here,
Hey,
bro.
I'd
Everything
rather
here, so
hear
just
that than
go ahead.
hey, get the fuck to work, eat, and make sure this shit is done by 2:00.
I don't want to. I don't
Bro, I'm
want to
telling
be
you,
in my
bro.
job
I used to have to
more-
like Verizon.
more
I used to
than-
be like, yo, I gotta get out of here for a minute, my nigga. Like it used to be
And-
restaurants,
and, okay,
right
I'm
next
saying,
door to me. But
if
it's like,
you're saying,
I gotta
like,
go. I
if you're
can't just
saying
be
if
in
you're
here.
saying like it's a company policy for that company to say like nah, I mean sleep here, then I'll be like I'm rolling with you. If it's company policy like yo, you can't leave this motherfucker.
That's the thing, nigga. It's hiding. It's
They-
hiding. it
jobs
in
never
plain
tell
sight.
you have.
They're hiding it in
Bro,
plain
if they don't
sight.
say it, then I'm not gonna do it. That's what I'm saying. I've been working too long.
you
Like
gonna
no,
say
no,
it.
no, no, no.
I'm saying-
I've been
Hold on.
I've been working way too long.
But I'm
Like for them,
saying-
if they don't specifically say like yo, you have to stay here, I'm out that bitch.
You
But I'm
napping
saying
there.
you done seen the scenario of like
You napping
where
in
shit
that
then
part.
turn from a optional thing to a obligatory thing. Where they like jobs have the record of being like,
Nah, ain't
why are
no-
you not using these things
Yeah,
that
why
we
you not
have
using
like
a nap
for
pod?
you
We
to?
got the fucking nap pod right here. What you mean?
You know what I'm saying?
I just want
This
to get
is
some
what I'm
sunlight.
saying, like,
it's a
this
fucking
is-
sun. You can see the
My
sun. in the
job
nap
has
room.
never implemented any dope shit for
Bro,
us. That's
we
what I'm
got a
saying. So
sunroom
like
in here.
so
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like I just want to get some sunlight. Like, nah, nigga.
We got a sunroom right here.
Yeah, just go.
Like I said, if it's
go in
company
there.
policy for them to say like you can't leave, then yeah, I'm like, no, fuck that.
This
like
is a
I
perfect
wouldn't.
example
They
of we
never
got
gonna tell us
McDonald's
that
at
we
home.
can't leave, bro.
We got McDonald's at home, nigga.
Yeah, like if it's
you ain't
not
getting no Happy
company
Meal.
policy,
We got
and
ground
then-
beef, cheese, and all that at
That's
home.
like niggas with yo.
It's that shit. It's
no,
that shit.
no, this is damn near like the same like argument people have like with like the PTO shit, like where people be holding on to their PTO. If it's
Facts.
my PTO, nigga, I'm using
But you
my
know
PTO.
how many people get shamed about using PTO?
But I don't care about. That's what I'm saying.
And I didn't
that's
work
what
for it.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's an
You're saying for using your
attitude that
time.
people have.
I'm
if the
saying-
company provides something, if you too weak-minded to be like, hey, company, stay the fuck away from me. Stop trying to enforce
I don't
things,
think
or
it's
I'm leaving to another
I don't
company.
think it's a weak-minded thing. I think that
Bro,
that's
if
I'm
niggas
trying to
tell me,
preserve
like, I
my-
can't-
I'm trying to preserve my position type thing.
That's
some
that's
people
a
don't
dan-
care.
look,
Do you think a lot of the amenities that they give you at corporations are to just kind of like keep you there more so than it is like we really want you guys to have these things? Like, hey, you don't have to go and leave to do your dry cleaning. We got that here. You can wash your clothes here. You can take a shower here if you want to. You can nap here if you want to. Food, we got a big ass cafeteria with a bunch of different shit for you to choose from, and the food trucks is outside if you want something different. We're gonna park the food trucks outside. You don't have to go nowhere. Leave your ass as close to this building. Keep your ass as close to this building as you can, nigga. Like, damn, I just want some Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A food truck gonna be here Wednesday, nigga. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Just wait.
if it's going down like that, then I'm totally against that. That's what I'm saying. Like if somebody is
I
like,
think it's both. Yeah, I think it's like, yeah.
of
we want y'all
course,
to
that's
have
what I'm
this cool
saying. They
shit,
want
but
to
don't
make
want- they
work
don't want
more
niggas to-
attractive. They want you to be more productive.
But
at
if it
work.
was just some shit, if
Exactly,
it was right,
nigga.
if
Yeah.
it was just some shit that was
Exactly.
beneficial,
I
Fuck wanna
know
be
that. That's what
productive at work.
if it was just
That's
some
what
shit
I'm
where it was
saying.
only
That's what-
benefit,
that's
if
what
it
I'm
was just
saying.
some shit where it was only beneficial to the workers and that was it, they wouldn't
Nobody's
do
doing
it.
that.
shit'll be
Nobody,
cool.
nobody in business does that.
But I'm
Hey,
saying, but
Facebook,
that's what I'm
that
saying.
nigga that lived at Facebook for a
So
year,
I'm
they
saying,
loved it.
So then
All
don't
I'm
get a
saying
job
is they
then.
love
Like that's what I'm
doing
saying.
it.
Like, okay, you're entering into like this is work culture. You're like, all right, I'm going to this establishment
Not
to make
everybody
money.
is gonna say,
Twilight
okay, I'm not
Zone
gonna
episode.
go get a job. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You
I'm
said
saying,
not everybody. What?
Not everybody is gonna be like, all right, I just ain't gonna get a job because I feel like
I'm
these
not
niggas
saying don't get a. I'm saying like that seems like a good. I'm getting confused. There are horrible, horrible jobs where you don't have shit that people have to go to all the time. So you mean to tell me the people in those jobs are what better off than the people who are at the jobs where they have amenities and like
No,
niggas
but-
is providing shit?
No, I
Because
just
the
know,
overall 8-hour workday is shit for like 90% of us.
Bro, these niggas don't care about them amenities like that at United, sir. They there though.
and I was about to say
No,
like,
yeah, I mean,
But it's
they
not
probably,
they don't give
they
a
probably
fuck. They be
don't.
wanting to get the
Yeah,
fuck
that's
out
what I'm
of
saying.
there.
They probably don't.
I was
But I'm
about to
just saying, like, I don't feel like there's anything negative per se about like offering it. Like once you offer, but once you force things, like I don't like that. Like for
Give
the
me
people
more
who
money.
don't have
Fuck these
shit.
amenities. Kick this third party
Right,
hospital
I'm
out
with
this
it.
bitch.
I'm with you.
Pay
I'm
me
with
more.
you. But like I said, I feel like that's
You want the
a
nap
different.
pod.
That's
I
a
would
different.
rather, I
You
would
want a
rather
nap.
be
that's
able
a
to just
that's
take
a different argument.
the
Though.
money
want a
that
nap.
y'all
You want a
taking
nap.
Because
And
that's
I'm
a- that's a
taking
good
money
point.
over amenities at all times.
Ain't gonna be no nap pods here, nigga. When you get here, you
But
pot.
sometimes that's
Ain't no
that's
naps,
an excuse
nigga.
not to pay niggas as
You
much.
napping? Cut that shit out.
But there's always
Ain't
that's
no
what I'm
napping
saying.
here.
Like
We
there's
podding here,
always an
nigga.
excuse for why a business is going to be like, yo, we can't do this for these employees, or we can't do this for this set of employees. We can only do it for these. Like that's just like how like corporations like just work. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm comparing it to the person who has the job where they ain't got shit. They don't have anything that's just like, even like, hey, if I wanted to go to the game room or whatever, like, or if I just want to,
But
if
I
I
think
would
part
want
of
to go to like a nice kitchen that has nice food, like I was at one of these buildings. I'm not going to say what kind or what company, but they had just like awesome fucking food. Like it's just like to the brim. And then I'm working like a night shift. There's nobody there. It's like, what exactly is this money going
Well,
to?
you got to think about it like this too. You have your frame of reference for how like working for a company that don't give you all of that shit, it sounds really good.
It doesn't sound. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like there's the good experience and there's a better experience. To me, that is a better experience. Just having the option. Just having the option.
Okay, I agree with that.
So while we were talking about Google, there's a Stadia, something called a Stadia, out here. I guess it plays games, and the people who created the Stadia, they said it's up to the publishers to let people know when to purchase games and when those games are coming out.
So it's not that. Okay. That's stupid. Stadia fucking retarded.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
That's stupid. This is quick. That's dumb.
Yeah, I just.
That's dumb.
Because I just wanted to end it with this. Like, we're gonna wrap up.
Yo, why
like,
am I
with
getting
this.
like 10 texts about CBD gummies? What the fuck is going on?
Fam, I've been getting them shits too.
This must be that human
Randomly.
trafficking shit.
Yeah, randomly they was like, "Hey, we got CBD." All right, bro. But yeah, I wanted to close this episode, this 1 year anniversary episode, just by shitting on Google one last time.
Wow.
You motherfuckers
They
really
got nap pies though.
really shit the bed with the Stadia. Yeah, they should have been.
Crack, don't you?
They should have been working on
You
the
smoke crack,
Stadia
don't you?
instead of working on technology for these nap pods. It's like,
I love you, Google, just not the Stadia.
nah, very very trash. You did a really bad job. I called it. Just want to make that clear. 2019, I called it. I'm calling more in 2020. I will be predicting the future.
Conspiracy crack.
Bang, bang.
Yo,
bang, bang, bang.
Conspiracy crack.
Bro, I thought that was a completely different tag than what actually came through.
Yo, I wanted to wrap up the episode by thanking you guys for being here.
Fuck you. You fired me 3 times.
I've been fired.
That's right, man.
Hey. I just want to thank you guys for helping me with games on Krack. It's been really dope getting to do this. It's brought us here to a new building. I didn't envision being in podcasting about 3 to 4 years ago. And it's kind of like,
Wish we did.
yo.
Wish we did.
Right, we had a lot of money.
Yeah, it's well, we will. It's consumed my life to this point now, and it came in like the best time that it could come because I wasn't quite sure on my end what I was trying to do. I've always had, art, entertainment in me, and just being able to create intellectual property on this level, it makes a hell of a difference in my day. If I wasn't able to excuse me, if I wasn't able to come here and do something creative, I don't know, that's a whole part of my brain that at one point in time I was kind of, I won't say I was nervous about, but no, I was nervous. Like I wasn't quite sure how, after rapping for about, I don't know, 12, 13 years, transitioning into a podcast was not the thing that I thought that I would be doing, but this has provided like some of the most fulfilling moments that I've been able to have in a while, and I want to thank you when you started in my basement, you know what I'm saying, like just trying to put something together. And from I think this show have showed growth from our first episode. I think if you listen to our first episode, we've done a lot to move forward, and everything's not perfect, but it's a continual process, and it's one that I enjoy. I want to thank you, just because you know, putting games on Krack out on the road, like without you helping me do like this on the road, like I wouldn't have got it done. Like I just wouldn't have got it done, because you know it's that shit is a lot. Like it's a lot. We've done multiple events, and like Slapz has always been there, like to help set up. Shout out to Miles. Yeah, man, it's just been really
Got some tissue. It's getting real.
No, it's just been
real
it's been really it's just been dope, man. Like I'm happy. I thought I was going to be a rapper when I was 20, 21. I thought that was the end game that I was trying to get to. Like, it was be a rapper, be like the best rapper, be the dopest rapper. And just as life has happened, as I've had kids, as I've gotten married, like a lot of my priorities have shifted. A lot of the things that I just want in my life have shifted. But this is giving me like a sense of joy, like unlike any others that, you know, like rap was dope, but this is like, I just see so much more potential in what we're doing right now. And I say that as like, I still want to like do music, but I think I'm comfortable saying like this is my shit now, you know. And like I said, I want to thank both of y'all, because without y'all, like really, even beyond just like helping me, just like being able to talk to y'all and just knowing like y'all have believed in me from the beginning of this shit, and y'all believed in like what I was trying to do, like I just appreciate it. So to y'all, next year I have some gifts. Like, we're gonna be in a better place, I promise y'all. Like, this is on wax. Next year I got y'all gifts. Everybody getting a gift.
What we would have got this year?
It would have just been a pop.
Hopefully some
VC.
VC.
Some VC.
Nah, but I'm working on it, man. Like, I do want to, cause I don't, and maybe I need to do a better job of telling y'all, but no, I appreciate like everything y'all have done, like especially, and I ain't even talk about like Finn is giving me a lot, like as far as just like visually how to present the brand itself. And this nigga a genius, man. Like he do shit on a different level, man. Don't stop it.
It ain't shit, man. We working.
Don't stop it, because
This nigga getting a lot of love for a nigga who been fired for 3 episodes.
Nice.
Nigga to go.
This shit.
But nah, games on Krack, we got a lot more to do. Like I said, check us out. Con season is going down. It's going to be great. I love y'all, man.
And we got a couple of series we developing and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got things. We really do. We got things coming up. And
Development.
Yeah.
And that ain't just no you know what I'm saying, no little cap talk. That ain't no cap talk
No,
at all.
that's real.
That's real shit.
But yeah, games on Krack, man. Shout out to Capture Visuals for these. I don't think I shouted them out on the show.
I gotta give me one of them.
But yeah, man. Those were my thoughts. I just wanted to share those while we were recording, just so y'all know. And so it's documented. So it ain't ever no time where you be like, oh, this nigga Krack don't ever say he appreciate shit I do.
Nah, that's cool, man. I know you appreciate it, man.
Fuck
It's
you.
all good. If you was giving off the energy that you did, I wouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah, that's facts.
Facts, nigga.
Nah, you say that shit, but I really know that's really true.
Yeah, wouldn't be sitting there right
Yeah,
now.
that's not
If it
just
didn't
like
feel
him
like-
saying, yeah.
Like, man, fuck this nigga, man. Pulling up to this shit.
Yeah, I know that. I know
Ain't
that.
pulling
to be
up,
true.
man.
So
Talk
yeah,
about.
yeah, man, we can wrap it up, man. We out of here, man. Episode, what is it? I said 17, but I think this is 18. I think last week was 17. The Kobe shit threw me off, man. Yeah, we'll see. We'll check. Whatever, man. Oh, as usual.
Kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
At Krack Diesel, at Games on Krack on social media. Check me out, Krack Diesel. The Games on Krack Facebook group, man. Check us out. 114 people over there.
And we finally made this motherfucker public.
Yeah.
That's the hypest shit.
He
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I did it.
So anybody that wanna join in that motherfucker, do it right now. Like if you watching this shit, do it now. Or
And
else
you'll enjoy it.
I'm about
Like,
to jump
you'll
through
en-
your screen.
If there ain't a day that you don't see some funny shit in Games on Krack, then send me a message. And I'll be like,
it's
nah,
a whole
fam.
bunch of this nigga and this bitch spitting memes. And it's a lot of shit out
Yo,
there.
I seen this nigga put up the it said GAK. And hey, I ain't gonna say nothing else, bro. But hey,
That
we
shit was
some sick
classy.
fucks because everybody knew. Everybody
shit
knew
was classy,
exactly what niggas was talking about. And I'm gonna stop saying N. I'm trying to stop.
Oh yeah, we
N.
supposed to stop saying
I'm gonna
niggas.
try.
Nigga. Where my nigga Trinidad
The
at?
ends. Shout out my ends.
Kings.
You always take off your headset before I tell them when they holler at you.
As soon as we
man.
started talking about the guac,
And
Oh, I gotta get some of that. Gotta get up out of here.
At Infinivision 8. Make sure you tell label execs, don't holler at your boy. Cause I'm podcasting.
Oh, record that's coming. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, nigga. It slaps. I never say my shit on here.
No, he doesn't.
You never remind me to either. Fuck you.
Oh, I thought you was just doing it.
At Young
for-
Slaps, SLAPZ.
I thought you didn't want anybody to contact you.
Young Slaps
Fucking
313
nerds.
on PSN.
Fucking
and
nerds, so
Xbox,
send me
you
any
know all
fucking
that.
This
messages.
nigga gonna be on NBA
We
2K
about to have a
playgrounds
lot
and shit.
of we about to have a lot of subscribers on YouTube this week.
I
I'm
hope
leaving
so.
Fraser, so everybody's about to take
Oh
Games
yeah,
on
we
Krack to
turned up.
spread that shit.
Hey, we turned up.
All
New
the
subscribers.
Kids, yeah,
Hey,
all the kids is about to subscribe to us.
welcome.
If any-
Tricks is for kids, nigga, and we ain't got those.
If anybody want to play NBA 2K playgrounds, hit up Young Slaps on X.
that's a running joke,
Hey,
y'all.
hey.
That shit fun. That shit was fun. It's like NBA Jam. It was fun.
It is.
Age appropriate.
It was
only.
fun,
talking
bro.
shit,
You
man.
know,
Age
niggas having a
appropriate.
good time.
You might see me on that bitch, man.
I won't because I'm going back to Ultimate Alliance.
Oh.
Fuck you.